On today's episode of Pure Screen Gems podcast, it's time again to start traveling with the Doctor and his companion, Ruby Sunday, as I give you my thoughts and spoiler-filled review of the second episode of the new season of Doctor Who entitled The Devil's Chord, starting right now. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Pure Screen Gems podcast and another review of Doctor Who Episode 2, The Devil's Chord. My name is Andre, and I'd like to say that I appreciate you all being here to listen to all these reviews that I've been doing, whether it's Doctor Who, whether it's X-Men 97, whether it's all these movie reviews I've been doing. And I like you to know that I really appreciate all being here and subscribing and sharing all this podcast, and it helps to grow our channel. And for those who are new here, if you would like to help us out, please like, share, subscribe to this channel. It's just a small click for you, but it's such a big help for us. With that down, let's go on to this review. I've got to say that I had a lot more fun with this second episode that dropped at the same time as the first, though I do understand why they started with space babies, because for new fans such as me, the BBC and Disney wanted to reintroduce the Doctor to us in the best possible and simplest way, and they wanted to do it also in an easy and fun and maybe silly way. But now that that's out of the way and that pretty much everyone is on the same page, this episode dives into what Doctor Who is at the core. At least for me anyways, as a not quite new, but I'm not experienced as a Whovian. I'm more of a Nubian, as I said in my previous review. And I noticed that there are certain themes that carry over from the first episode into this episode, and I suspect that these themes will continue to carry over and spill over right through the whole season, or most of the season. I'll get to that in a bit. I'm sure a lot of people thought that this would be more of a Beatle-centric episode, and I was glad that this was not mainly focused on the Beatles, as the Doctor and Ruby traveled to 1963, and noticed that that was not the year that we went to at the very beginning. It was 1925. And if any of you watched the Doctor Who special, Giggle, and the cold open, just like in this episode, that is exactly the same year that we meet the toy maker. Coincidence? I think not, since we find out that Maestro and the toy maker are kind of related, like really related. And this whole thing about coincidences between Ruby and what happened with coincidences in the previous episodes, and the fact that she was adopted, so was the Doctor, and there's the question of her parentage and the whole mystery surrounding her mother is all shrouded, and the look of the Doctor's face when he saw her mother on that Christmas night, that's a mystery, and I think that's all going to be resolved at some point in the season. And the fact that that one song that's in Ruby that we find that the maestro finds within her, that is no coincidence either. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. But when Ruby suggests to the doctor that she would love to go see and witness the Beatles record their first album, he just found that brilliant and was so excited to do so. Like most people would want to go on the Titanic or be on, and I was so surprised when they mentioned a Star Trek. It's like, excuse me? You can do that? I mean, wouldn't that be something? I mean, Doctor Who meets the Enterprise, or the actors from Star Trek. I mean, two completely different genres or completely different properties. That would be something. That would be like the Avengers meeting the Justice League. Oh my God, that would be something else. But just hinting at that was just great. That was a great tease right there. But I gotta say right off the bat, Jinx Monsoon played played Maestro to the hilt. She was brilliant. Jinx was brilliant in that role. Oh my God. It was over the top to the point where it wasn't too much, but it was just enough to be on the brink of insanity. And the costumes for that character made me think of, at first it was like Elton John, and then it was like the Grand Dame, and the last one made me think of, being a bit of a Beatles fan, Sgt. Pepper. But the whole theme about the fact that we would be in a world without music. Music being the one form of art that we can express ourselves, express our feelings with, not necessarily with words, but with emotions. And without music, what would the world be like? And that's where the Doctor brings Ruby back to 2024 and sees a devastated London. And not just London, but I'm sure it's like it would be the whole world. Ay, 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 ay. But back in 1963, how easy was it really to just go into Abbey Road, or at the time when it was called EMI, just to stroll in there and witness history in the making, or as they thought it was going to be history in the making, and listen to the Beatles and looking at each other and like, this is not what they were going to record. This is not what they recorded. What happened? And more and more, well, that's what they were trying to solve as the mystery evolved. One was talking with John, the other was talking to Paul, and it all had to do with that devil's chord, with that magic little 5-note, I believe it was 5-note chord. Leave a comment down below if I'm mistaken. I'll tell you, the effects in this episode, with all the notes and with the Doctor and Ruby and Maestro being trapped in these instruments, this was really well done. And Ruby playing that song on the piano, My God, that was really nice. I wonder if that would be like Ruby's theme for this year. I mean, obviously, the Doctor has his own theme. We all know that. But she could have her own theme, and that could be it. It's really nice. It's in that scene where we see how much music can affect so many people when we see either a young person, an older person, an elderly person, how it affects someone in different ways. Whether he or she is pensive or crying or just thinking happy thoughts. I guess it really just depends on what kind of frame of mind you're in. Lord knows this happens to me a lot. And again, you see how uncertain the Doctor is, how scared he is about this rival, this maestro. Because, I mean, he said it himself, the last time he faced the toy maker, his soul was literally split in two, and he could not imagine doing that again. And we also know that, like, toy maker, maestro, these are not the big villains. There's another mastermind behind all of this. He who waits. I believe that's what they said. And he's coming soon. Oh, who could that be? Another mystery. Something else. And also, there was a little Easter egg for all you Whovians. Although this is something that I've known because when I got into Doctor Who, I tried to start watching from the beginning, so I knew about Susan. Now, I also noticed there was one actress who has been in certain scenes with the Doctor, but the Doctor never really looked at her. It's one actress, but the thing is, she played several characters. Now I'm wondering, who is she? Is she someone from his past? Is she Ruby's mother? I'm just speculating, but it's kind of fun to speculate and wonder, and it could be something that could be resolved too in future episodes. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I gotta say, what a way to finish up an episode with a musical number. I mean, I was tapping my feet and I was like swinging and swaying my body. I mean, come on. Who among you did not, like, at least, like, swing your body a little bit and, like, tap your foot, or at least, like, snap your fingers? I mean, it was an infectious song. It made me smile. It was just great, you know. I mean, as soon as the Doctor winked, I said, oh, something's coming. Something is coming. Even the TARDIS got into the act at the end. And there was even a Big reference. I mean, the movie Big with the crosswalk. When I saw that, I said, oh, that's nice. That was really nice. Oh. So, anyways, listen. Again, now this was a better episode than Space Babies, hands down. I mean, if I had to compare both, this one was better. The other was okay, but this one was better. So we'll see how good the next one is. It's called Boom. Is it a baby boom or is it a kaboom? I have no idea. I try not to watch the preview that comes right after, because I really want to be surprised at what's going to happen. So I'm definitely enjoying this and will continue to watch every episode that is presented to us. So for now, that's my review of The Devil's Chord. Let me know what you think about this episode. What did you like? What didn't you like? Let me know down in the comments below on YouTube. And again, I appreciate you all for being here. So until next time, have fun time traveling with the doctor. Until next time, bye bye.